Hello and welcome once again to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I still have the Hellcat here because I like looking at it. But the car that I'm going to work on now is this Plymouth Barracuda, or Hemi-Cuda. And let's try to remember the starting value of 11,000. I don't think this is a particularly valuable car, but I'd like to know how much I made off of it. So let's get to work on taking the body apart. I don't know if it has specific Barracuda seats, bench Cuda, seat Cuda. So yes, it does. Steering wheel Cuda. Okay. Okay, now let's buy all of our body panels. That's not the button I wanted. This is it. I thought I might have a fuel filter already. For a while I was floating around with 2 fuel filters. I'm not sure why, but I think I managed to finally get those used up. For a second I wasn't sure if I'd actually put that front bumper on there or not. Okay, I think that's all of the body pieces. Yes. Now let's clean it up. So the original color is like an olive drab, and it has that Barracuda livery on it. We'll have to paint it and see what it looks like. The fuel tank is in there weird. It's in there sideways. Wow, this one actually has like all of its exhaust pieces in it. I mean, I'm throwing them all away, but junkyard cars almost never have all the exhaust pieces in them. I wonder if there is a performance version of the muffler. There is not. Bummer. I'll buy that air filter. We'll know we'll need that. And I should have bought the middle mufflers in the other store. So we go back there and get those. And that front pipe was V8 OHVA. Nope, they don't have a performance version of it. Bummer. Okay, let's stick these pieces back on. Oh no, that's no good. So it's black or white. Whoops. I kept hitting the wrong button. I wonder if we can get this. Whoa, that's too light. I wonder if I can get this to a nice green. Something that's more. That's kind of garish. I wonder if I can get a... No, that didn't help. Put that back. I wonder if I can get a nice... That's kind of a nice green right there. What if I made it? No. Yeah, that's not so bad. The olive drab was a little bit too much. Yeah, and it looks better out here too than it did in the paint booth. Okay, so this thing has a leaf spring rear end, so that should be really easy to take out. Forgot that the brake shoes have to come off before the brake cylinder will come off. Okay, now we can get to work on rebuilding the rear end. And let's start flushing the things we know we have to replace. Want to get the clutch pieces, since I can put a performance clutch in it, except for the throwout bearing, of course. I think I might actually have one of those gearboxes in my inventory already. It's been kicking around for a while. No, that's just a V8 OHV. One of these days I'm going to find something to use that on. Oh yeah, the springs. Or the shock absorber B. I know those are not repairable. I'm just going to buy the, at least the plates and the U-bolts, because usually I end up repairing like one of each. Okay, that's 11%. May not be able to repair any of those things. Let's look at the rims too. Rim Atlanta. I want to put something else on the car. I don't really like the Rim Atlanta's okay, but I like this. I'm going to do this Retro 2B. I like this. I like the way this looks. Those are 15-inch wheels, 215/70. going to go ahead and put sports tires on it. 215/70, I think that's right. Hope I didn't screw that up. Yeah, 215/70/15. Just want to make sure the numbers are all the same. 215/70/15. Yep, that means these can go now. We'll try to repair the rest of this stuff once this last wheel is done. Looks like one of the leaf... Oh, didn't get either of the knuckle housings. One of the leaf springs, one solid rear drive axle, so knuckle housing B. This gearbox, I'm not going to use it, but I like to repair them if I can because they sell for a nice chunk of change when they're functional, so $900. Let's buy the rest of this stuff. Alright, now we can get on with installing this stuff. Yeah, that works for me. It's kind of a bummer that the brake drum is so obvious, but once the car is down and we're not looking at it up close, it's not as obvious as it might look. Yeah, I really think that rim is a better looking rim than the rim Atlanta. So now we can take the front end apart and do that suspension. Let's see, that's sway bar B, and this is also, can't look at it now. And the sway bar is also sway bar B, so let's remember that. Because I'm going to have to buy new sway bars. Okay, now let's start buying those parts. Start off with the double wishbone suspension. And I'm gonna need to buy like 12 bushings, I think. Yep, 12 bushings. And let's flush the tie rods and the sway bars. Okay, now the old ones can go. And the wheels are the same as the back, so 15-inch. And those were 215/70. Let's see, let's go ahead and get rid of the brakes and the hubs. Okay, I think the rest of this stuff we can attempt at repairing. Probably won't get that rack, since that's at 6%. Wow, we repaired darn near everything. Upper and bottom suspension arm and steering rack. Okay, now we can get the front end reassembled. Looking through the radiator there for a second. I just wanted to make a note. Oil filter V8, ignition coil. I got a fuel filter already. Okay, no extra parts floating around, so everything is in the car, and she's looking like a real car now. Yeah, those rims look way better. Car looks pretty good even. I'm liking the green more and more. Okay, let's take this thing apart. It doesn't have an oil pan. And a lot of this stuff we're just going to throw away. I see push rods. And I'm pretty sure there's performance carburetors for it. You know, I always wondered if you could do it this way. And get the intake manifold out and get the push rods out from this side. And clearly you can. miss something? Oh, the manifold, of course. Okay, let's pause here for a minute. A lot of this stuff I'm not even going to try to repair, because it's not, and the push rods and the spark plugs are not repairable anyway. Let's flush this stuff now, get it out of the way. And it was timing V8F and cam gear V8. And it was crank gear V8 OHV. And a water pump pulley. These arms will not be repairable. They never are. The water pump might be. Let's check and see if there's V8H stuff in the performance section. Yes, V8 OHVH head. Oh, you know what? Oh, for a second I scared myself. I was like, oh my god, I hope those are actually the right heads. Bought the camshaft, bought the heads, air filter base, bought the arms. This will probably be repairable. This will probably be repairable. Let's see about the carburetors and the intake manifold. Yes, carburetor A, carburetor B, exhaust manifold H, two of them, and intake manifold H. Oh, this car is gonna be a beast. Repaired both of those things. Good. So the cylinder, the pistons, and the rings, of course, will not be repairable, so let's buy those. What do we have for caps? Looks like no rod caps and no crankshaft caps. pretty sure I have a crankshaft cap, so I need to buy, yeah, I need to buy 2 of them and 8 rod caps. Alright, all we need to do now is see if I can repair this block in the crankshaft. Crankshaft, no. Saved the block, though. So the crankshaft C, gonna need the oil pan C, and get an oil pan V8 while I'm thinking about it. An oil V8, rather. And I saw, while we were in the car still, that I'm going to need the ignition coil, which means I'm going to need the ignition stuff. And I think I have some clips. Yeah, I have a couple of clips already. I might even have the right V8 wires. Oh no, I think those are just regular V8, which means they're not the right ones. But it's okay. Gonna need a alternator and a power steering pump. And I'm sure I'm gonna need also a belt and a fan. Yeah, alternator I6. It's probably power steering pump like I4. Oh no, it's the F one. Alternator I6, water power pump F. Okay, serpentine belt. I think there's an A and a B for this. And I think it's radiator fan B. Ah. Okay, now the fun part. Okay, now we can turn the thing over. It's going together really easily. I think there's going to be rocker arms too. Not the individual rocker arms. There'll be like a rocker arm assembly. Of course, rocker arms H. Engine head cover A. Alright. I think it's the Plymouth ones. Yeah, this one. And the other one that has the Plymouth logo. That means the wires are going to be V8 OHVH. Yeah, the ones that have the big boots on them. It's got that nice red air filter. It's got that nice red air filter and you can't see it at all in there. But that engine is done. Looks like everything is where it's supposed to be. So now we can take it off the stand and put it in the car. Always remember, put in oil right away. Let's buy a starter because I know I don't have one. Okay, and that should make the car 100%. Yep, 100% across the board. Cool. Let's send her over to the dyno now and see what we've got. It's growing on me more and more as I look at it. Yeah. Okay, so factory engine power is 425. I am going to guess that we're going to get up in the 780 range. Alright, let's drive this thing and see what happens. Alright, here we are. Let's see what she looks like in the sunlight. Yeah, I really like it. I'm pleased with how this turned out. Didn't really expect it to look as nice as this, but it really does. Alright, well, let's see if we can keep it in a straight line. Oh, it's starting to get wiggly. It started to wiggle around, and I overcorrected a tiny bit and put it into the wall. And now it's just sliding all over the place. Looks like 151 is the maximum speed we can get anyway. For a car this old, that strikes me as pretty good. Okay, so we have completely rebuilt the car, made it beautiful, drove it. Now it's time to get rid of it. So remembering that the value when I started was $11,000, we are car value of $99,000, restoration bonus of $19,000. So what is that? 8, 19, 100, 198,000. No, that's not right. 99 is 18. Carry the 1 is $118,000. Heck, that's more than the last Roadrunner that I did, I think. Yep, 118,000. Close to 119,000. I have one of these in my private collection already, so I don't need to keep this one. Alright, and that brings this episode to a close. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you again in the next episode of Junkyard Pickups. And hope you have a pleasant evening or day or whatever it is wherever you are. So on that note, bye for now.